He fell down. Something happened.
Hey, it's free. Literal hell. Alright, so what you just saw are little clips, little highlights and stuff from a straight line mission. We started on one side of Parvin State Park, which is a decently big park in South Jersey, and we walked in a completely straight line to the other side. No matter what was on, in between, whatever. No matter what happened, we walked and just kept going, kept barreling through. The filming of this straight line mission is terrible. Neither of the people on the expedition are YouTubers or videographers or anything. It's literally filmed on a vertical phone camera. So I'm gonna be here to kind of like translate some of the stuff that's happening. Without further ado, let's take a look. Sorry. It's on video. Alright, this first clip that we just looked at is pretty incomprehensible. The only words in the entire thing is, it's on video. What's happening here is there's some kind of like very dramatic landscape feature where these trees have gone fully horizontal and are kind of hanging off of a maybe 20-foot hill or something. And the line went right through it. This is the very first obstacle we encountered. So we literally had to walk down these horizontal tree trunks and then just drop down the ground below, like a 5-foot drop or something. Pretty extreme for the first thing. And this doesn't include the beginning of the line because I thought I was filming at the very beginning, but I wasn't. So this first clip is maybe 100 feet away from the beginning of the line. Okay, this clip has audio, but the GPS talks at some point in it. It's just really loud, so I figured I would talk over this. This is after the steep part. You can't tell from the video, but it is pretty steep terrain here. And we just walked uphill, and I was all out of breath, so we decided, it gives her a chance to put the snow pants on. I can sit here and drink some water. And I called it literal hell, but that's something that's coming up. I had it wrong here. This part was pretty easy. I'm recording. So, by some twist of fate, we've found our way on a normal walking trail that's marked, and she's clearing the branches away in our path. But if you notice that tree over there actually has an orange spot, that's because we're on the orange trail. We don't have to battle our way through this kind of terrain anymore, at least for now. And pretty soon here, we're going to wind up on a bridge that we plan the entire route to hit, so we don't have to jump Muddy Run. Alright, this clip was pretty self-explanatory. Basically, we had been battling these shrubs and small trees and thorn bushes and stuff, and finally we emerged onto a walking trail that we've been on before, which was a complete surprise. And if I had planned the line better and just done a little bit more research, I would have realized, hey, this actually, we get to be on this trail for a little bit, which is really cool because the layout of Parvin, how it works is there's a giant circular paved path called the Blue Trail, but there's a shortcut that cuts in half like a Pokeball, and that's the Orange Trail. And that's the trail that just completely by coincidence we wind up walking down here, which is perfect. I mean, later on it gives us a bridge. So, yeah, this worked out fantastic. This could not have worked out better. We are very happy to see this trail. So here we are. Oh, it's snowing. Yeah. We've come to the centerpiece of the entire route, which is this bridge. Probably not, actually. This is probably just a lucky thing, but it is a bridge over the water. We have 460 meters to go. Right, so the bridge. Our route is planned around a bridge that crosses Muddy Run, which is the big river that we can't cross without one. And my dumbass saw this bridge that's like 3 feet across, and I'm like, yeah, we got to the bridge. Mind you, I've seen this bridge on satellite view. There's no way that this is the bridge. It's under trees. You can't even see this from a satellite. This was a stupid observation. I don't know why I thought that this was the bridge. So we cross over this like foot-long bridge, and then we just keep barreling on. The walking path didn't last forever though, which I wish it did. So the blessing of the trail did not last
as long as we would have hoped. But the silver lining all of this, I don't know if you can see on the video, there is 1.5
Orientate yourself by the blue dotted line. Next waypoint in 470 meters.
Oh, you can 100% hear them. I see a bunch flying around.
Yeah, and then more shadows.
It's because we're in this holly patch. Yeah, here is where something died or where somebody really needs to go to the hospital, took a bathroom break.
Up to here, we had been making some pretty good progress. I mean, we got to go along the walking trail, which definitely helped. But we are about to enter the real, literal hell. I said that steep part was literal hell. It is not. This part is. The vegetation just gets so dense. I mean, we are just ramming our bodies into these walls of plants and barely making it through. Whole time it's freezing, you know, like this is a very rough section.
Vegetation has gotten extremely thick. It's just all this, as far as the eye can see.
What if this is like the video that they find whenever they find our dead bodies?
They would think we're dumbasses. But yeah, like on video, this shit.
Orientate yourself by the blue dotted line. Next waypoint in 660 meters.
Up. You look at this, like, yeah, I just walk straight over that, but it is not like that. This stuff. I thought that when I watched other people do it, like the guy across Delaware and the guy that does all of them.
This is being naive.
Yeah, this shit sucks. This is very strong. You can't just force your way through it. It is rough. Yeah. Do it. Alright.
Ready?
Yeah. That's pretty good. I didn't get too many. Fuck this stretch of land, by the way. There's no GoPro, but hopefully the time lapse kind of illuminated what exactly we just had to go through. It was 40 meters, but it felt like 400. Shit was wild.
Watching this back, like, it's a little savage what I said to my wife when she wanted to show me the tree thing. Because this whole time, she was very good at shaking these trees and getting the snow off. So that if we bumped into the tree, we wouldn't just get covered with snow. So finally, she's like, hey, let me show the camera. And she shook this tree, and, like, a couple snowflakes fell off. You know, it was not too much snow. So I felt kind of bad about that. As you can hear, though, in that clip in my voice, like, I'm done with that fucking land, with the thorns and the trees and just everything. But we're about to get into a much easier stretch of land. Now we're coming up on the bridge. And the bonus of intersecting with a bridge is obviously the bridge is on a walking trail. So at some point, we're going to have to get onto the trail to cross over this bridge. And that's what you're about to see.
Since our route intersected a bridge, it also happens to intersect a trail, which is really nice. Because if you look off to the right and off to the left, I don't think anyone would want to go through that.
So here is the fabled bridge of the walk, the one we've been talking about the entire time. It's about 20 feet, and it goes over Muddy Run, which, as you can see here, was not frozen. And we would have been absolutely boned had we not made the last-second decision to take the line over this bridge. That saved us. And it almost didn't, too, because in these next couple clips, we're walking through the woods, but in the summer, these woods are like marsh. So there's a lot of mud, a lot of water here. And right now, since it's winter, it's frozen. But you'll see, probably in the very next clip, it doesn't really go to plan. It's frozen, but how frozen is it? You can still fall into it.
Hey, it's free. Here's the wet area. This is a note for Nate narrating this in the future. Wet as fuck.
He fell down. Something happened with the stick.
Yeah, the stick got caught around my leg. I fell and I like levered on my shin.
Like that.
So you saw right here, like the two injuries to happen the entire time happened in this section. It's an extremely dangerous part of the park. And across New Jersey, across America, across the world, the most dangerous feature you can run into is water. I'm convinced of that. I don't think it's cliffs. I don't think it's mountain lions. I think it's something like this, where it's a little bit muddy, a little bit boggy. I mean, you can get trapped here. Like that video clip of my wife who had her boot through the ice, we were there about 10 minutes. And just think, if you're alone and you're stuck for 10 minutes and you're panicking and stuff like that, that can go to a really bad place. I mean, we got lucky. We both went through the ice a couple times, but we made it out there. And then at the very end, this tree, I'm convinced it was Groot, because it was like it was sentient or something. I hit it in such a way that it like popped around and then made like a lever motion on my knee and made me fall over and hurt pretty bad. It was weird. I can't even describe the motion that the stick did because it was so outlandish. But this was the boss battle of the line. Now it's just the home stretch. We're literally home stretch. Like we're going to walk to the car and go home.
Look, babe.
You left the route. Next waypoint in 130 meters.
That's it. That's your car. That's it. We made the second landing. We survived for the most part. It's over. The world's 5th ever straight line mission done.
So yeah, I was extremely wrong about that. There's more than 5. There's at least 16 that I can find evidence of on YouTube, and maybe up to 200, depending on how accurate this is. I'm going to switch this over real quick. So this is scoremyline.com. It's somewhere you can upload GPS data to, and it tells you how good was your run, how close to a straight line was it. And they use some pretty interesting math to figure this out. This is what GeoWizard on his channel calls the Burdell score, because that's the guy that made it. So yeah, here's the readout for this attempt. I got an 84.37 when you score it with the amateur scoring, which is a little bit less strict than pro, but it's looser than noob. So honestly, I'm really happy with that for such a long line. The single biggest deviation, which you can see up there near the top, that was actually just being human because we had been through hell and we realized we were about to get on the walking trail to cross the bridge. So we're like, whatever, let's just get on the walking trail a little bit early. But it dinged us, but it didn't ding us too bad because our max deviation is only 38 meters, which still makes it a gold run. It's not a platinum run. Platinum ends at 25, but I believe that is a gold run. So overall, for the first mission, I think it went really well. You really can't ask for a better first mission than that. Just finishing it, even if it had been 200 meters down, it's good. It's a successful mission. So I'm grateful that it went well. I'm grateful no one was hurt, and I'm grateful that my wife tagged along, and she was a huge help throughout the entire thing. I mean, she did better at this than I did. She goes into the woods for work, and she knows all of this stuff, and I just sit in front of a computer and write code and play Mario in the basement. So yeah, it would not have been the same trip without her, and neither of us got hurt, and we did what we set out to do. That's a good mission. Thanks for watching this, by the way. The filming's terrible, and I apologize for the video editing and the long diatribes that are cut into it. So if you really did watch this, I appreciate you watching it. Thank you.